Hello, everyone. I know I'm the reason why you're separated from the lunch, but I swear it's worth it. I'm Susanna STAGLIANO. I'm an industry process consultant in the EUROMED. I'm based in Italy. And today, in this last session, we're going to see the service execution at this part. We had the whole picture of our solution from the service engineer to defining templates, defining processes, defining the resources in order to act. The service planning to schedule the activities, the planning of the activities in order to have a plan to attack the issues. And then we're going to focus on the execution of it in order to collect the fruit of the work and the planning that we did before. When it comes to MRO execution, what customer mainly asks us is to have a tool to enhance the visibility. So we need to understand what happens in the shop floor. We need to understand what happens when a product arrives. We need to understand the operations that are happening, who's available, where are things. So this is the main concern. In particular, the first thing that we need to understand is to understand who we are working with. We receive a product, we want to understand its past life. Who's it? Who's it coming from? Is it the first time that is gone under maintenance? Does it have already had reparation? Did it have some maybe particular maintenance issues on the subparts? Did we have some quality issues? So a tool to provide like a list of the past life of the product in order to have a better analysis on it and understand then to what process to use, what template to use, with the manage of the workflows for this issue resolution. So this is where a service planning come in handy. This is the perfect execution for it, so analyzing it and having a template to execute it. But what happens when something unexpected happens? So we face some issues that we never faced. We have some maintenance that never occurred, and we have some non-conformancy from the shop floor. How to react to it? We need some flexible tool to adapt to this kind of situations. Then, of course, we would need some traceability. So the list of activities that happen inside the shop floor, so showing how long the operation occurred, how long did the operation take, at which point of the work in progress we are inside our order, who's working on it, where are the parts, do we have some spare parts in the warehouse, is there the possibility to have multiple resources to work on it, does they require skills, so have an overview of the requirements from the field. And last but not least, we would need a tool to guide operators, because the monitoring is good for sure, but we also need some tool to support the operator in their day-to-day tasks. So, of course, showing work instruction, because we know that it's not easy to find information inside a pile of paper, or maybe if I need to open a non-conformancy, maybe it's not the best way to write an email or have a call or to find the correct person to handle this situation. So having a complete solution to manage it all inside one screen, potentially, might be the solution that our customer come to ask. So when it comes to the capability, we provide a structured solution for the execution. It is for execution in general. That can be manufacturing, MRO, quality management, the maintenance, the warehouse. We complete all the departments inside a workshop, and they all collapse inside the same platform. So it's a robust solution that provides the end-to-end execution for the perfect one that we were mentioning. So the product arrives inside the shop floor, and we want to understand who's it. So we have the list of our orders, the list of the serials of the part that we have currently, or we received from the outside, and we want to understand who's this. So we have the list of components. Oh, I knew this was going to happen. Sorry about it. The list of components that we have, so the assembled part, if some parts were disassembled, dismantled, they had some maintenance issues, some characteristic measurement specific to the parts, and this is all in this genealogy screen, so you can understand which which template then maybe to adapt to which process to choose. But first, you will need to understand what happened to this guy that came here for reparation or for maintenance. One additional feature that might be interesting and comes handy when it comes to find the best solution is to know things from the manufacturing point of view. So, of course, our solution can provide this thing to you, and we have reports also to show you the manufacturing life of the product. So, which process created this product, which operation we did, who worked on it, which quality measurement we did, in which work centers, if there were some maintenance issues, some disruption, some issues, for example, containment management on some parts. So it gives you really a complete view of who is the product that we are working with. And this is the perfect scenario. You are prepared, you have the template. This is the tool that gives you the tool to adapt the correct process, and then you need a tool to execute the activities, so it gives you the instruction and all of it. What happens when you don't have, though, already the knowledge of what's happening? So maybe you're an operator that is working inside the shop floor, a piece is received, and you're just going through an inspection on it. So you can see already here that you have a guidance for the system that sets you the characteristic that you need to measure, but you can directly create a non-conformancy from this. So without writing emails, without having to call anybody, you can be the outpost as an operator, of course, because you're the first one to check the piece, to give information and improve collaboration between the supervision and the workshop. So there is the possibility to have a first definition with the reason codes that are defined in our engineering part, adding information such as attachment, potentially also, because we are 3D enthusiasts, adding defects directly on the 3D CAD, on the parts that we have, adding pictures. So creating omnicomprehensive first non-conformance, first definition of the problems that you have in order to give the possibility to supervisor to choose the best solution to tackle the problem and resolve it in the fastest way possible. At this point, as an operator, my job is done when it comes to the inspection, and we can review how the supervisor, on the other hand, can have a different type of screens and different types of view in order to react to this type of problematics. So we don't want a rigid system that just gives us the template, but something flexible in order to, adapt. This is the case that we are seeing here. We reviewed information that the operator collected from the field. We have the list of the process as defined by the engineering, so we see what is at plan, what is scheduled ahead. But we need to react because there was some non-conformity from the line. So what we can do is that we can dynamically add phase, for example, for reacting to these type of scenarios. And there is the possibility to have the last mile scheduling of these activities, because we don't have time to contacting the planning department, for example. We just need to act in order to close this issue as fast as possible. So with this in mind, the supervisor can have also an overview of all the operations that are available to fast react, that maybe have been set or maybe are created on the fly like this, set it up in your process, and then also have a visibility over the parts that maybe are available in the workshop, because the solution covers all of these aspects. So you can also define, for example, the work centers or the specific serial that you're going to have to dismantle and then to assemble back to have the substitution in your final product. And this creates a dynamic work in progress for this order that guarantees you to react fast and not to have waiting time. An additional thing that is helpful for supervisor is to have the visibility of the availability of people, because maybe sometimes we don't have the availability of people on the workshop, of the work center on the workshop, who's available, who has the correct skills to perform some tasks when we do additional points like this. Review all the information to improve collaboration. And this is the part for the supervisor. After that, we can set up also some sign-off procedure. For example, if you need to have some certification that your customers require, you have some internal certification to get, we can set up this type of workflows to lock down the operation that you do, and in order for them to be best practices and potentially tomorrow processes. And after that, we would have the execution. So again, just to mention the robustness of this solution for operators to have guidance, to have the work instructions in place, to have some fancy things to look at, to just have in mind the information that are needed to execute the specific task that I need to do. Not to worry about finding the right people, the right information, but just trust the system that will guide you through the resolution of these issues. So, just as a recap, this was not supposed to happen. So to react fast, I just wanted to, recap a bit. We had this complete solution for the whole MRO execution. Thank you. And what I wanted to mention is that the key point for this execution part is that we're good at doing the execution. So we're good at tracking activities, tracing everything that is being set up on the shop floor is being recorded and will be available for the supervisor to review and to have tomorrow when this part comes back and have to deal with it again. So we will have the genealogy to understand what's the past about it, to understand better how to apply the new plans, to know the WIP location, to know where people is, to know where parts are, and this dramatically reduces the cost for execution because also guiding the operator will reduce the human error and keeps people from forgetting things about the resolution of the issues. So this would be the wrap it up of it. If you have any questions, I'm here, also including that the lunch is in the next room probably, but...
Sorunuz varsa alabiliriz. Son seçiminizi lütfen buyurun.
The equipments are managed together with the flight hour records. So can Aviation establish a predictive maintenance relationship of them?
So with predictive maintenance, it's something that is really related of how much you take data from the line. So it's more oriented on having the tools that you use to collect the data from the line and collect a huge amount of data. What Apriso can do well is to give you rules and use the expertise of the people that have been working with this type of equipments for a long time to understand that collecting the data, you see some changes in the trends, you see some issues that you recognize. Apriso helps you to set up the rule when you meet this type of scenarios that are not clear, of course helping you analyzing it, to maybe create maintenance orders dynamically after you reach these triggers. So gives you a dynamic tool to react to after the collection of the data. This is more oriented in the preventive maintenance and rule-based maintenance rather than predictive.
Exactly. If I can if I can add about the predictive maintenance.
Sure.
What is inside Apriso available, of course, preventive, scheduled maintenance, and condition-based, rule-based, whatever it is, which is inside. Then inside the platform, you have seen today that Apriso and all the Dassault Systèmes solution are inside the platform. We have another solution, which is a machine learning system that very, very honestly, so predictive is a nice to have, not always working.
Maybe just a learning for operations.
Yes, but there is this tool which is inside the platform that is collecting the data from Apriso, and then basically is generating a potential, predictive capabilities. It works in some case, it doesn't work in others, because predictive, is not an easy stuff. It really depends on the complexity and the predictability behavior of the equipment. Sorry, I was maybe he was having another question after, or did I?